Hello, what's up, guys? This is Jason with Ray of Light Tarot. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. Hanging in there. I am, myself, doing well and hanging in there. Welcome. Thanks for being here, guys. Hey, Starlight. Welcome. I've got a list going because I announced earlier today that I would be on tonight. So we've got a few people that are already on the list, such as Sapphire is on the list. And hello. And Justine, you're on the list. Is Justine here? Hey, welcome, guys. Welcome. How are you guys doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. So we're going to get it going in just a sec. If you want to get on the list, I have a couple people on the list already who already made a love donation. If you would like to get on the list to ask a question, get guidance from Spirit tonight through tarot, you can make a love donation of $20 to either one of the places that are listed by Miss Christina in the chat, the Cash App listed or the PayPal. Either one is fine, and we'll get you on the list. Going to just be on for about an hour tonight. Unfortunately, I have a funeral to attend in the morning. My step-grandmother passed away this past week, so it's been, it is what it is. So, all right, Tucker, let's see if we can get you some good news. Yes, you're from last time. That's right. You fell asleep, right? So we will add you to the list. I'll just put it on as Starlight Aqua. Starlight Aqua. You were the first, and I think you were like, it's Janine, right? You were like the first or second person on my list the other night too. I was like, come on, man, you're the first. You're like the top of my list and you fall asleep? Come on now. So yeah, we'll get to yours. In fact, we'll do yours first. Let me go ahead. I'm just going to do, though, before we start the list and answering questions. Number one, guys, if you're here, thank you for being here. You're meant to be here. I'm sure that some guidance will come through for you, even if you can't ask a specific question and make a love donation. I'm sure that if you have something on your heart or your mind that you need guidance with, and you set the intention for Spirit to give you guidance, you will receive guidance. Please be so kind as to X out of the chat for a moment and hit the thumbs up button to give the video a like. That helps it circulate around YouTube. And I appreciate that because somebody might need to come in and get guidance that doesn't know we're on, and they will be more likely to see it if you like the video. So I appreciate you guys doing that. And then come back in the chat and say hello. Hello, love to you in Michigan. I'm thinking of the Michigan fight song. Hail to the victors, hail to the conquering, hail to Michigan. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do before we get going with the list, I'm going to just have a little fun with you guys and pull a few cards for all of us that are here tonight from the Dreams of Gaia deck and just see if there's a message for our little group here that we may need for the rest of the week. See what's going on, okay? Hi, handsome. Hey, Christina, thank you. All right, so let's see what's going on for the rest of the week and what guidance we need. Millionaire forever. Try billionaire, boo. Try billionaire. That's the plan, Stan. All right, what's going on with our little group? Aloha. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source. Thank you, angels, archangels, spirit guides, ancestors. Thank you, Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. Thank you for allowing me to connect tonight. Thank you for the clear and direct messages. Thank you, spirit guides and ancestors. Thank you for protecting my light. Thank you for gathering around me and keeping me where I need to be. Thank you for the love and guidance. Thank you for the clear and direct messages and the healing guidance for all who need it. All right, let's see what's up. All right, guys, Mander Love needs some good news, please. Everybody say hey to Christina Maria. She's here moderating tonight and does an excellent job. If you have questions, she's the one to go to for the most part. You got it, Starlight Aqua. Okay, before I do that, though, I'm going to do this for everyone. So what messages? I'm going to pull 3 to 5. Let's see what comes out. What messages do we need tonight as a group? What do we need to know about what's up? Hey, Delilah, welcome. Thank you, Delilah. You'll be on the list. I'm going to cut the list rather short tonight, so anyone who wants to get on it, make your donation now, because I'm probably going to be cutting it after like the second check. because I am tired, and like I said, I've got that funeral in the morning, so just a lot going on with my family. So yes, everybody, welcome. All right, so what's going on, guys? Show us. I love the Streams of Gaia deck. Whoa. Okay. All right. All right. Thought. Who's in their headspace deep in thought? Anybody else like me? That's the thought card. We have, thank you, Delilah. I appreciate that. King of Air. So are there any air signs in here? We've got the King of Air. That's King of Swords. That would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy. Gemini birthdays. Happy birthday, Geminis. I'm Gemini ascendant. One of my best friends is a Gemini birthday. Perception. So we've got thought, King of Air, and perception. Interesting. All right, let's stop there. Six of Earth, and then Ten of Air. I like the Ten of Air card. I think it's just a really beautiful card. And Gemini rising, Gemini and Libra moon. Nice. Okay, guys, so we've got the thought card. I like to call out the numbers of the cards. This is card number 18. All right, thought. King of Air. Card 14, King of Air. That's King of Swords. Perception is card number 21. And then Six of Earth. This is an interesting card. It's correlator in the traditional tarot would be the Six of Pentacles. It's a little bit, different. It is also just like the Six of Pentacles. It's a lot about balance and about not necessarily generosity, but plenty or abundance. And I'll explain that in just a second. But I think what we've got here is, and then you've got the Ten of Air, which is the Ten of Swords, which is a totally different card in this than the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a card of like being stabbed in the back, the end of a painful cycle, things like that. In this deck, the Ten of Air is just a totally different vibe. It's really, to me, it's definitely can represent endings, right? But it's more about, and completion, the 10, but it's about like really your third eye opening and starting to sort of sail. Like this is about really moving into a plethora of just it's like a whole new experience in your mind, a new understanding. It's kind of like the Ace of Swords meets the, I don't know what it is. We'll get into that in a minute. But let's start here. So with the King of Air, I feel like this is really, and then you look, thought, perception, King of Air. Guys, this is all about the mind. This is all about mental energy, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not like a call to get out of your headspace. It's really a call to, because mental energy like this, when you've got such an abundance of mental energy going on, it can be a good thing just as much as a bad thing. And I have to mention at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Air. So we have this sort of true pair here, the King and Queen of Air. This can be about some of you who, if you come into my readings, I do soulmate readings, love readings, and this could be some of you who are on like a twin soul journey. You don't have to be an air sign, but a lot of you may be in your heads right now about it, doing a lot of research, doing a lot of trying to figure out what you believe about this thing. This is what I say about it. That journey itself, twin souls, can be so painful, exciting, interesting. I mean, it changes everything, right? Your spiritual awakening, everything. But what I would say about it is, don't stress about it too much. Don't worry about the labels. If you're on this journey, you kind of know it. Even if you don't want to be, you kind of know it. That's my experience. Like, whether you want to be on it or not, you know if you are. And it's like, it's just, don't worry about all the details. Just, what signs are coming into your life, what you're seeing if you're an awakened being who's, if you're conscious, and what you're seeing will sort of lead the way. So don't worry too much about that. And it is all really about your perception. I really am one of those people that kind of believes the twin soul journey, like anything else, it's mostly about whether you believe you're on it or not. That sort of decides, because I believe our thoughts create so much of our reality. So at the end of the day, I think it's kind of goes down to, do you believe that's the journey you're on? Well, and then if you have someone in your life who you think you're on that journey with and they agree that they've experienced similar things and the connection with you, well, then you're probably definitely on that journey. So you just kind of goes like that, at least in my experience, in my reality. So, what we're getting to with the Six of Pentacles and then the Ten of Air, to me, is about getting out of, too much. Once you've got your perception and you've done your research and whatever this is about, getting out of that and just, focus on the things that really matter in your 3D world, which the most important things in the physical world right now, to me, and I think to all of you guys, is balance, being of generous mind and spirit. And that's what's going to help you on your journey in life, right? So, sorry, JC. What happened to JC? Oh, man, I'm so sorry. Sorry for your loss. So, that's terrible. Okay, balance, generosity, kindness, and then, this is that spiritual growth where you're opening up your third eye and really getting those psychic downloads that are going to lead you to some amazing things. And all the things that we worry about in this 3D reality, such as material wealth, like financial abundance, stability, those things get provided for and then some, actually in abundance, when you just follow your spiritual path. At least that's been my experience. You just follow your spiritual path and the other things take care of themselves. Spirit takes care of all that for you. You don't really even have to think about all of that stuff. That comes in naturally, like as just a side benefit when you're doing what you're supposed to do spiritually. So that's why we got to focus on that. Try to keep our focus on that, and the rest will fall away. People that don't need to be in your life will fall away. Totally true. Yeah. So anyway, having done that and said that, that's my interpretation on the Dreams of Gaia message. All right. So let's see. Starlight. Is it Starlight Aqua or Starlight Aquarius? I think it's for Starlight Aquarius. You, Janine, are up. And I saw you put your question up, but I don't know where it is now. It is, yeah. I think that's so sad, JC. But you know that, with a twin soul journey, the hardest thing about a twin soul journey is when you're both in the physical form, I think. When we're here in human form. And it's certainly got to be just even harder when one of you's here and the other one's not. But, I believe the minute we leave these bodies, we're back to, our souls are right back where they came from and in good, with the other parts of it and together, and it's all good. And from that perspective, right? So, at least there's that to look forward to. Right. Thank you, Priscilla. Yeah, I'm sometimes a morning person, sometimes a night owl. It depends on what energy I'm in. So, anyway, guidance for my path. Gotcha, Starlight. Thank you, new subscriber. Just Keep Swimming 1111. I love Stephanie Just Keep Swimming 1111. Thank you, Just Keep Swimming 1111. You're awesome. I'm going to share something. Well, I'm not going to share a lot of this. I'm going to share some broad strokes with you guys about an experience I had yesterday morning. I had an experience with Archangel Michael yesterday morning that was intense. I had a long meditation the night before last, and then yesterday morning when I got up, I kind of went back into it for a minute, and I got the coolest it was definitely Archangel Michael. The message was from Archangel Michael. It was an amazing message. And it showed me, I haven't had this happen, this exact type of experience has happened to me once before, and it was when I just awoken, and it was with my twin soul, and I got this glimpse into the past from some shared traumas, and this time it was a glimpse into the present, into the heart space, into our heart spaces, and it showed me the reality of some things, and man, it was just groundbreaking for me, and it was beautiful. It was like, wow, okay. It's amazing. And what it really, the lesson of this, guys, and what it taught me is, don't get caught up in your head. Don't get caught up in fear-based thinking, in thoughts that are so, listen, somebody can say something to you that's not true, first of all. And you can take something out of that and turn it into something 10 times worse, right? You can turn it into something 10 times worse in your own mind with your fear-based thinking, and then give it a few days or weeks to to not resonate, but to marinate, and it becomes a whole mess of a story that's not even reality. So what Archangel Michael will do is take you right in and show you, or Raphael I would think would do this. This was Michael. Show you your heart, the heart space of yourself, your twin, whatever, and what's really going on in there. And it just takes you right back to what's real. And what's real is love. Love is the thing. Love is what's real. And it takes you right back to that, and how all of those thoughts that you may have are just fear and not reality. And man, it can really fix things like that if you can get out of that way of thinking. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, sorry, Starlight Aqua. Let me get into your... The reason I brought that up is I was feeling that presence again for a second when I was asking about your path, was that I think you really need to, if you don't already, I would really suggest, Starlight, that you communicate with Archangel Michael right now, more than ever. So take that however it resonates for you, but I think that might be a really good idea for you, to spend some time in communication with Archangel Michael. Like now, like this week, this weekend. He's a pretty cool dude. What's the guidance for Starlight Aqua on her path? I'm taking those. I will take that one that flipped. Okay. Can I have one more, please? Thank you, Christina. All right, guys. Here it goes. Thank you for holding space for Starlight Aqua as we give her some guidance from Spirit here. Right in the middle of your 5 cards came out. Right in the middle is the Ten of Pentacles. So, you know, I don't know. A lot of us are at that place where we're really focusing on abundance. And sometimes pentacles look like money to me. Sometimes they don't. This feels like it's about financial well-being for you. It may also be about a twin journey too, because you've got that and the Hierophant. And these 2 cards have been coming out a lot for people that are on that journey. So as far as guidance goes on your path, I know you're coming out with the 9 of Pentacles. So I do feel like maybe that one pentacle that's missing from your life is a union situation that hasn't come in yet in the 3D. Because the guidance for you is really interesting. You've got the 9 of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the King of Cups. And I wonder to myself, as I was looking at all of these cards, about that one pentacle, you know, when you see, because the 9 of Pentacles is a great card for the most part, unless it's about somebody being selfish, which it can be. I don't feel that at all in this. It's a good card here as usual, and it's about guidance for you to really stay focused on your, you know, the things that are in your world, in your orbit, that are important to you, not anyone else. This isn't about, even if you're on a twin journey, which we were just talking about, this is you in your body, in your world, and not about them. This is for you, because that's all being worked out on energetic levels. The universe has got that. This right here is that confirmation of what's coming with that, right? That part. But the problem isn't the 10th pentacle that's missing. The problem is getting from the 9 pentacles to the 10 pentacles. It's the point A to point B, okay? And to get from point A to point B has nothing to do with focusing on that 10th pentacle that's not here yet. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how you get to it. How you get to it for you is on, well, for one, it's about the Strength card, Leo energy, but this is about balance. There may be a need to really focus on the divine masculine within you, and that ability to manifest, and that ability to be action oriented, sort of bringing that, allowing that to rise up within you even more than you have. I feel like that's, and make sure that it's about you too, that it's about you and your inner divine masculine, that part of you that needs to really continue to gain strength. I feel like you've been doing that, but it needs to continue, because the message for your twin's coming out as the King of Cups, or your soulmate. I don't know that you're on a twin journey for sure. I think you are, based on these cards. So they're coming out as the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. But the King of Cups, to me, for all the kings, the King of Cups feels the most attuned to his divine feminine within himself. And I think that's sort of guidance for both of you right now, is for you to really allow your divine masculine to rise up within you, and for your twin is going to be getting messages over there to allow the divine feminine to rise up within. What is your twin actually more of a fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag? Let's do a romance angel. What is the message for Janine from the romance angels? You're wearing the healing color. Yeah. Yeah. Heart chakra. Heart chakra. Leo. Yeah. That King of Wands was at the bottom of the deck. I wondered. Leo rising. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Separation's on the bottom of the deck. That says time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So if that's where you're at right now already, that may be a little bit more of this, and that's okay. You know, time's going by very fast these days. I notice that much, so I don't think it really matters. The point is to get from point A to point B for you right now. That's where you're going, and that's going to be a really interesting journey from point A to point B, where you're at and where you're headed. So enjoy it. It's going to be quite exciting for you. All right, thank you so much, Janine. Janine, and the next one is Justine. Is Justine here? Is Justine here? And if not, then we'll do. There was also Sapphire. You were on the list third. Justine is here, and then Sapphire, you're after Justine, and anyone else who's donated, I'll get you on the list in just a moment. Thank you all so much for being here. Okay, time for the glasses to go on, guys. What is the relationship between my soulmate and Sarah? Do I need to be concerned? Let's see. What is the relationship between Sarah and R? And does Justine need to be concerned? Not yet, Sacred Sky, but I'm going to probably be shutting it down in just a moment. So if you want to get on there, you can still get on, but probably need to do it now because I'm not wanting to go too long tonight. You know, here's the thing, Justine. The High Priestess card is here at the bottom of the deck. So for me, with the High Priestess card here, it does tell me you need to, if your intuition is telling you that there's a problem there, you need to listen to that. But I don't know. Are you sure that's not just fear, your thoughts and fears and insecurities doing that? Because what I see here is not some problem. I see the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So I see a lot of burden between the two of them, whoever this person, Sarah, is. I don't see a situation that is in any way a threat to your relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like, this doesn't look like it's a threat. This looks like, if anything, it's probably karmic. Their relationship may be karmic, and it may be helping your relationship. But with you coming here as the High Priestess, to me, what that's saying is that you are intuitive enough that, like, you should probably, if you meditate on this, you will see exactly what this thing is about. You'll probably know in your heart what this is about, and it won't be a threat to you. And if it does feel like a threat, when you're thinking from your heart space and not from a fear-based or insecurities-based place, then you'll see it really clearly. Because from what I see, it doesn't feel like a threat at all. But I think you should definitely try and meditate on this and see what you really feel when you're in that heart space, because that's going to tell you the truth of it. Yeah, I think that if anything, she's leading him to be more awakened, or there's some sort of a sign that he may see through this connection to whoever Sarah is, and it may lead him closer to you. I see maybe a sign there, like, you know, just like when you see a repeating number at a certain time and you go, oh shit, I was just thinking about this and I keep seeing that number. It's one of those type of things, like something that may go on in this thing. This is serving a purpose, and beyond serving a purpose, I don't see anything else that's important to this. And if anything, I think it may be actually causing him to move closer to you. You've got the Knight of Swords here at the bottom, and the Knight of Swords for me looks like he's running straight toward the High Priestess, not toward the Queen of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel anything concerning here at all. So I think that's good. That's, yeah. I'll tell you if I do. Okay, let's see what the Romance Angels can add to that and see if anything else comes up. Hello. Middle of an idea. I haven't done it where, well, yeah, I've done like for all signs where I'll do just like pull one card for each sign in a video, but not to do a love reading for all 12 signs. That would take a long time, but I guess I could do that one day. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I've got a lot of personal readings to work on, and some recorded and live tomorrow, but maybe I'll come on and do that, something like that. Guys, don't forget, if you're interested, tonight at midnight is the cutoff. If you're wanting to get in on the buy one and get a free follow-up reading that I offered on Monday, a lot of you emailed me about it, and I am allowing, tonight is the end though. If you want to get the buy one, get the follow-up free reading, whether you book a 30-minute or 1 hour, tonight's it. You can do it by choosing one of the payment apps that Christina Marie listed and making the payment, the 75 or the 150. Or if you're a Gemini who's in birthday season, you can do the 125 or 50. But this is it. At midnight tonight, I'm cutting it off. And so it's done. I'm not extending it past that. I'm sorry, but I can't keep it going. Justine, you've got chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here, and this is true love. I don't think you need, and here's the thing with this, Justine. When you get cards like this, true love, you don't even need to worry. If someone is your soulmate, or especially your twin soul, you don't really need to worry about the third party people. And they may have a karmic person that they're in another relationship with or married to when they meet you. But if that's your twin soul, if you are their divine partner, there's nobody else in that barrel of crabs that looks like you to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, somebody described that to me once. It's like a barrel of blue crabs and you're that one red crab. Like, you don't really need to worry about another person. Like, they may be with another person, but it's you they're thinking of in their heart. That's what matters more than anything. What's in your heart, right? So you're that one thing that's unique in their life that nothing else compares to. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way, because you probably irritate them in ways that nobody else can, because that's what twins do. But ultimately, there's no one. If someone is a twin soul or a strong soul connection, there's really not anyone to be worried about or jealous of in that energy. And if there is someone in that energy, they're not to be worried about or jealous of. They're serving a purpose. So, thank you, Justine. I appreciate that. Sapphire, what's your question? Libra, Capricorn twin. Slowly creeping, huh? Capricorns can do that. But usually, once they decide what they want, they're gonna almost like, not quite like a Taurus, but they're gonna get it. Go after it. Very slowly. Yeah. All right, let's see. Is Sapphire, Capricorn coming back? What's going on? What's the energy there? Show me the energy. Ooh, Tower. Is this person dating or seeing someone else? There's a Tower here, so if they are, this is going to get interesting. 7 of Cups. Knight of Wands. So okay. Couple things. Yeah, they're definitely moving back towards you. They definitely want reconciliation with you, but you need to watch out for a couple things. Number one, the moon is here at the bottom of the deck. That's important. That's a major arcana, and we'll talk about that in a second. Just keep in mind, we just saw the moon card, right? What we've got going on right now in the energy is the Tower, the 7 of Cups, and the Death card. So this situation that they are in currently, that this Capricorn is in, this is coming to an end 100%, beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's ending. However, there is an asterisk by that statement. That does not mean this person will that does not a faithful partner make. the fact that they're not in this relationship. That does not make them a faithful partner just yet. Because they're coming in as the Knight of Wands, which is a not, listen, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, the Knight of Wands is a player. Not necessarily, no. Given the other things going on here, though, there may be a reunion here, but it's not quite a soulmate or twin soul union yet. You might have some more cycles. Well, if you've done separation already, you can do it again. You can do coming together, moving apart. Sometimes it has to ebb and flow a few times before it gets to a really healed, nice cycle. And I feel like that's what this is, because here's why. It's not bad. No, it's not that bad, Sapphire. I mean, definitely this person loves you. They're making movement towards you. And with the Moon card here, the Moon is a major arcana, guys. The Moon represents secrets, things that are hidden. Whereas the Sun represents clarity of purpose, clarity of vision, happiness, childlike happiness, like all of those good things. The Moon represents feelings as well, but it doesn't represent feelings that are so clear or feelings that are so open or feelings that are always so happy. It represents all those emotions that we don't, it's our shadow stuff. It's like those emotions that we keep kind of below the surface, the things we're angry about that come up on rare occasion. Our sadnesses, the love we feel for people, but we don't always tell them, because when you're in love, it makes you insecure and it makes you worry and it makes you, all those childish things. But all those things that are hidden here is telling me, yeah, he feels a lot for you, Sapphire. He has a lot of very deep feelings for you. But even in those texts, I bet he's not going too deep with his feelings. He's probably like flirting and trying to keep it light. And only if you make it go there will he then address maybe certain things. But this person is not ready to really go. Yeah. So that situation, though, no doubt it's ending. It's ending. Whatever he's in, it's ending. And that's probably, he knows it's ending. He probably is. This person's pretty, this Capricorn, he or she, you didn't say it's a he, they're pretty pretty intuitive. This person's kind of maybe psychic a little bit. It feels like a man, and he seems pretty psychic to me. Like, he probably knows when you're lying, or like if you try lying to him, he knows. Like, if you were in a relationship with him before, any kind of relationship, I bet you didn't get away with lying to him very, very well. He's got the Seven of Cups, though, and so he's not sure exactly what he wants. This isn't a player energy. This is somebody who's just overwhelmed. Like, he probably still has feelings for this person he's coming out of a relationship with. And so I get the feeling he's actually kind of falling in love with you all over again, especially if it's a twin. Sometimes with a twin relationship, we feel more of a friendship, and we can't imagine it's just a friend. Sometimes, but their feelings are always there. It's just sometimes it manifests more in friendship. Sometimes it manifests more in romance. Well, with this, I feel like you've been in love before. The love never went away, but you weren't both feeling that in love feeling, and he's starting to fall in love again, right? Right, but see, I know. But see, what's happening is he's starting to fall in love again, but yeah, but that's why he's depressed, right? So he's starting to fall in love with, sorry, he's starting to fall in love with you again, but he's depressed because he's already mourning this relationship that's ending, and he had strong feelings for this person, right? You don't have a Tower and the Death card, two major arcanas, when you're just leaving somebody that you were using. Like there's strong feelings in this relationship, whether he admits to it or not. He's mourning this, right? And he's in a place of darkness right now. One of the reasons he's reaching out to you is not to use you. Don't mistake what I'm saying, but because he's already starting to feel this darkness, he has to reach out to his twin. Like, he needs your light in his life right now. So there's a lot of stuff here that I'm seeing. So just I think what I would say to you is be careful, because this is that's your twin. You're going to be there for them, right? You love them. You're going to be there. But just know it may not be like, this may not be the union thing happening yet. That may be down the road a little bit, and there may be some bumps to get there. Like, you guys have to do some healing together now. And sometimes when you start doing that, it can ebb and flow. And I'm just want you to not, the best thing I can say is that's your twin. You love them already. No, nothing, we're not going to warn you away from it. Be with them. But don't have any attachment to the outcome, and don't have any expectations. No attachment to the outcome, no expectations. But trust, hope for the best. But because there's a lot of love here. A lot of love. And they're definitely coming back. So I don't want to make it sound like it's bad. It's not bad. It's just there's a lot of healing still for this person to do. A lot of healing. Okay? But sometimes in these things, and especially as you get closer to union, the healing happens in as you come together. You heal with the other person. Sometimes one of you is a little healed a little further, and you come together to do some more healing. You know, it gets easier. Certain things get harder, and other things get a lot easier, right? It's the guidance for Sapphire. There we go. Yeah, free yourself. So here's the thing. It's time to take back control of your life. And then you've got healing family issues at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like in order for you to be able to help with the healing of family issues that you guys are going to need to do when he comes back in, make sure that you're really claiming your independence right now and you're not trapped in any past hurts. Make sure you're not trapped to any stuff from the past in this relationship, the hurts, the resentments that can keep you pinned up, because that's not how this unicorn should be. You've got to be free and ready to welcome in this new cycle that's going to require the ability to do a lot more healing. So, okay, congratulations. Okay, welcome. Somebody said that it was their first time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, guys, I'm sure a couple of you have made donations to get on the list. I'm going to go and check that now. Thank you, Sapphire. Thank you, Justine. And thank you, Janine. So, Deanna, as far as the how many cards question, I don't have a number of cards. Like, I don't say, okay, you can only get 3 cards in one question. I just see what comes out to give you the answer you need. Like for Sapphire, I think probably like 6 cards. We dealt with like 6 different cards, 5 or 6. It's usually around 5. It just depends. Sometimes it's only 3. It just, when I get the story and I see the stories come through, I stop and I start telling it to you. So that's how I do it. But it's one question. One question. So I'll be right back. I gotta check the list and I'll be right back, guys. Hey guys. Okay. Sorry, guys. There. All right. So I'm going to let the list keep going for a few more minutes. I'm not going to close it yet. Next time, I'm probably going to have to close the list. So right now, there's a few more people on the list to ask a question. It's Michael, Elizabeth, Delilah, and Krista. Michael, Elizabeth, Delilah, and Krista. So Michael, you are the next contestant on The Price is Right. Don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered. Remember Bob Barker used to say that? And I guess Drew Carey says that now. I haven't watched The Price is Right since Bob Barker was the host, but I'm assuming they still say that. Okay, Michael, can you guys hear me? What's up? What you all doing? I think I love you from head to toe. I know. 14 karat love, you are my jewel of the night. When we make love, diamonds are forever. From top to bottom, I love you. Leave you never. Got to tell you, darling, baby, I think I love you. Okay, I'm trying to read this, Michael. It's getting too heavy for me. Wait, thank you for taking my... You're welcome. A friend of 24 years is having open house Friday. Okay. You can go through PayPal, the PayPal listed, or Cash App, either one. So show me what the outcome is for Michael's friend who's having heart surgery. What's the outlook and the outcome? This is good. You got the Ace of Wands at the bottom here. So that's, I don't know if he's having a blockage removed or something like that, but that's always a good sign. And the Ace of Wands feels like a fresh new start. So that feels like something like that. The Six of Pentacles is a balance, right? It's balance. It's also like reciprocity. So I'm not sure how that. To me, this feels like an uncongested heart. And you've got the King of Cups here. That's the cups. That's water. That's emotions. And I think of hearts. And so this feels good to me. You've also got the Eight of Wands, which is representing movement, progress. It can also be like sort of like the minor arcana version of the Chariot card to me. So it's like things happening, movement. It's good. Everything feels positive. I think he's kind of nervous or worried about this because you've got the Nine of Swords that came out first, like this worry and anxiety about it, or you're worried. One of you's really worried about it, or both of you. You don't really need to be though. Based on these cards, it looks really good. And like, even if you don't believe me, you should. Like, I have not found the cards to lie. They just don't. They come out pretty accurate, and so it looks like everything's going to be just fine. I mean, he may not like the diet that he has to go on as the result, or has had to go on, but everything looks great. Feels good. Other than a little anxiety or nervousness, you know, like jitters about having surgery. I mean, listen, I get it. Anytime you have to be put under anesthesia, it's a risk, right? It's not something you want to elect to do unless you have to. So that's why, you know, don't have anything against plastic surgery if that's what people want to do, but gosh, you know, it is a risk to go under anesthesia, guys. So some people don't wake up from anesthesia. My dad's mother had surgery and brain surgery and did not wake up from the anesthesia. So it's a risk. It is going by very fast. Timelines, they are collapsing. I can't believe we're halfway through 2019 already, right? It's a message for Michael from the Romance Angels. Yeah, so I know this isn't going to make sense, but you got the flirt card. It says extend your lighthearted energy to others. So if you don't think of this as romance and think of this about what we were just talking about, the worry and the surgery, this is saying extend your lighthearted energy to others. The message here is that you don't need to worry about this. Extend a very lighthearted energy to your friend as well, because he's already worried about this, and the worrying does no good, and it doesn't look like there's anything to worry about, Michael. It's going to be okay. So what you can do as a friend is really extend that lighthearted energy to your friend and really keep an upbeat attitude, because it is going to be just fine. I think it's really going to be okay. So that's the best thing you can do for your friend, is just to really keep a positive, upbeat attitude, be lighthearted about it, and it should be just fine. So hope that helps. What was the question? So that was it. Okay. All right. Thank you, Michael. I hope that helps. Elizabeth. Good. That's good. I think you're a little worried yourself, though. So try not to be. It's going to be fine. It looks good. I mean, listen, this is faith for me. The best thing I can do nowadays is I shuffle the cards, see what comes out, and I trust them. I just trust them. So as much as I trust them for anything I would ask, I trust them for things I ask for you, and so it looks to me like it's going to be fine, so I believe it. It's going to be just fine. Elizabeth, you're next. You ready, Elizabeth? Okay, Deanna, I will get you added to the list in just a moment, and anyone else who donated, I'll get you added to the list when I check it in just a moment. Right now we've got Elizabeth, Delilah, and Krista. Are you ready, Elizabeth? Elizabeth. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing to do, Michael. Receive it, believe it, achieve it. Me and my ex have started talking again. He's a Libra and I'm a Capricorn. We've been through thick and thin. What's our purpose? Okay. What's the purpose here for this ex that's returning into Elizabeth's life? What's their purpose? Together, apart? What is the purpose of this? They're definitely coming in for a new beginning. You're getting the High Priestess card. What's that? What's up? Okay, so what it feels like to me, you're the Capricorn, or they're the Who's the Capricorn? You, Elizabeth? I think you said you're a Capricorn. Let me see. Yeah, okay, so you're the Capricorn. Yeah, so this is actually... the purpose that I'm seeing this, he is your soulmate and possibly your twin soul. I think you would need to consult your guides and intuition more, but definitely a strong soulmate, if nothing more. And that's a lot anyway. You're coming through as the High Priestess. Yeah, your Capricorn card is coming out here. The point of this is actually for you at this point. I don't know what the purposes, your soul purposes are, but it is spirit led. This is definitely divinely guided and protected. And I can say for sure, he's coming in for a new beginning, and it looks like you're supposed to be the one to kind of lead him on this journey, this path. I don't know what you have, if you are becoming more spiritually awakened, but you coming out as the High Priestess, he's coming out as the King of Swords. You're the one who is a little further along on this growth path, on this soul journey. And you got the Ten of Pentacles here between the two of you. He's coming in out of a place of confusion and maybe some darkness in his life, trying to come out of the this period of darkness. It is possible here with this Devil card that you guys may have some toxicity together that needs to be worked out, but I really don't feel that too much. I feel like where you're at now, it's more about you coming through and really being the one to lead him. Your intuition is not going to let you down right now. This card always, to me, is about that. It's more than anything here. It's your intuition is really not going to fail you, especially right now. So really trust that. With the Ten of Pentacles too. I mean, this is divine feminine energy, and there's abundance in this connection. He's been feeling depressed and anxiety. Yeah, he's got a big period of darkness in his life that he's trying to really emerge from, and I feel like your purpose is to kind of lead him out of that. That's why I said there could be some toxicity here. This is the card of Capricorn, and sometimes it doesn't mean anything more than that. And you had mentioned being a Capricorn, so that's why I'm kind of getting the feeling to just go with that. But it can also, obviously, the Devil card is not a beautiful card to get, generally speaking. And so it can definitely represent some toxicity, even some addictions or codependence energy. And with him coming out of this darkness here with the Seven of Cups card, it can represent that type of energy too. So I feel strongly that whatever the purpose is, that I can't really put my finger on the specific purpose, it's spirit led, and you're supposed to bring him onto his path. So I hope you know where you're headed. I hope you know where you're headed, Elizabeth, and what path you're getting onto, because you're the leader of this, right? And the blind can't lead the blind, right? So you've got to really take initiative to find out. If you're not sure, find out. Get in touch with your purpose. It's time. It's time for you to do that. You've got to get in touch with your purpose here, because you're going to be leading him out of whatever he's coming out of and onto his purpose. The two of you can do a lot of this together, but yeah. Don't be upset with him. Try to be patient if he's a little bit shut down in the heart area, not very emotional, but very logical in his approach to things as you get back into each other's lives. This King of Swords energy is a great energy. King of Swords is very strong and very kind, but they can be very shut down in the heart chakra area. So a lot of air signs can be this way a lot of times. So this is not representing necessarily him being a Libra. I mean, that's part of it, probably why he came out King of Swords, but it's that energy, right? That air energy can be harsh. Even when they're being loving, tough. Like when I think of the words tough love, I think of people that I know that are air signs, seriously. So yeah, just expect that from him, especially now with having been so depressed and stuff. And I think he trusts you probably, but even when you trust somebody, if you're in that air energy, it can be difficult. So just be aware of that. You're going to really be there to help him a lot, I think. And that's a big part of this, the purpose of this. That's a message for Elizabeth from the Romance Angels. Capricorn. Uh-oh, somebody donated on the super chat. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it, but what's the message for Elizabeth? Playfulness to recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So, yeah. I think that's also the reason that's probably coming out, much like Michael's card. I don't know if you were in here when Michael got his reading just a minute ago. Just how Michael got that card about his lighthearted energy, and it was more about extending that energy to help his friend who's going to have surgery stay out of a place of worry. I think that's sort of what this playfulness card is about for you, Elizabeth. It's because you're helping bring your Capricorn, or your Libra, your Libra soulmate out of this place of depression and darkness. And part of your purpose in doing that, the way that you're going to fulfill your purpose in doing that, is just to keep a very playful attitude, recapturing romance, allowing your youthful spirit of fun to shine. And that means I think you guys both need to do things to connect to that inner child. I've told you guys before, when I first awoke and got through my dark night of the soul period and was awake to the twin journey, one of the things that I got a clear message that I needed to do was to get in touch with my inner child. And I just started doing things that I started wanting to spend a lot of time around my nieces and nephews, who I love anyway and want to spend time around, but I really just felt drawn to them in the workplace because we have a family business, my dad does, and they would come in the summertime, and all last summer they hung out all the kids hung out in my cubicle. Ask anybody, because it wasn't because I'm like any more fun than other adults. I mean, I think I probably am. But no, but it was just because I was getting in touch with my inner child, and they all wanted, they were like, Uncle Jason's a kid right now, and they were just all around Uncle Jason. Well, I started going bike riding with a group that rode bikes every Thursday night from midnight till like 5 in the morning, and broke into yacht club pools and went skinny dipping together, and did some other stuff. Nothing that was bad, or maybe a little illegal, but nothing that was hurting anyone else, right? Just like teenager stuff you would do, if getting in touch with the inner child. Do that stuff, Elizabeth. Do that stuff with your Libra. That's the point of the story. The moral of the story is get in touch with the inner child. Even if you break some rules, as long as you're not hurting anyone, I think it's okay. Right? Okay. So, thank you, Elizabeth. All right. So, Delilah, you are next, Delilah. You're welcome. I hope that helps. I think that's pretty clear what your purpose is in this. I'd like to know what the greater purpose is, though, Elizabeth. What the greater overall purpose for the two of you is. That would be really interesting just to find out over time. I'm sure you're going to tell me. I hope so. Hey, thanks. Would like to know the energy of my Taurus guy towards me or us. How is he feeling these days? Okay. Hello, Leota. Hey, Leota, I should have your reading done tomorrow. I have a funeral to go to in the morning, and I haven't done it yet, but I'll have it to you tomorrow sometime during the day. Let me reread your question, Delilah. I'd like to know the energy of my Taurus guy towards me. How is he feeling these days? Okay. Oh, yeah, great, Elizabeth. I look forward to that. If you book before midnight tonight, you get a free follow-up. But it has to be done before midnight. And anyone tomorrow begging, guys, I'm not having sympathy because I've extended it for you guys. Because I feel bad, but it's midnight tonight. That's the cutoff. I'm being cutthroat. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Everybody hold space for Leota and her brother. What's going on with Delilah's Taurus? Show us the current energies, please. 4 of Wands. 3 of Wands and 4 of Wands. Okay, what? Aw. Delilah, is your Taurus pretending he doesn't love you? Is that his way of coping? He says he doesn't have feelings for you? Oh, no, it's not that. He's just pretending he doesn't want to build on the relationship right now. But that's not true. That's just somebody, I don't know if he's like, maybe he's hurt. Sometimes when people are hurt, they act cold. But let me just tell you how it works. For anyone who's an adult, you know how this works. When you love somebody, you don't just stop loving them. You either love someone or you don't. It doesn't just go away. It doesn't stop being the case. When we get hurt, our feelings hurt. Sometimes we might say, I don't like you. I don't, but that's sort of childish. And I don't know if that's the way he's behaving or what, but it feels if the energy I'm feeling is very childish, okay? I know this feeling too. It's not me, but I know this well. I know this feeling when somebody just like shuts down and they go into this mode. That's not productive, but that's his coping mechanism. And if you love him, when you love someone, you have to meet them where they are, right? That's part of love, I think, is meeting someone where they are. So if he's saying, I don't want to talk, I don't want to do this, respect it. Just kind of step back, respect him, respect that that's where he is right now, right? And just love him. Just love him. Send him love. He's got the Two of Wands. You guys are at a crossroads here. You're moving into something really nice, but you're just not there yet. Things haven't manifested. You're waiting on things to manifest. They haven't manifested yet, and he's not in a receptive place right now anyway. The love is definitely there. Like, it's not a question, Delilah, of the love, right? The love is there. That's not the problem. So if he's saying, like, I don't feel anything for you, I don't love you, that's just probably because he knows that will hurt your feelings, or maybe he knows that it'll hurt you to feel that he's lying. I don't know. There's some kind of, like, manipulation going on. But me too, Joanne, I'm glad you're here. But let the manipulation take place, whatever it is. It's not intentional manipulation. It's more like intentional childish behavior or coping mechanism, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just let it be that way, but don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. In relationships, mature relationships, there's got to be communication. And if the person's not going to really communicate the truth to you, and you know that they're not giving you the whole truth, it's best to just back away from it. Just kind of leave it. And then when they're ready to really communicate the truth to you, that's when you guys can make progress again and try to figure the situation out. And maybe when they communicate the truth to you, maybe then, Delilah, you'll be able to give them some more information that will shed more light on the reality of the whole situation. But until they will tell you the whole truth of what's going on, you can't do that. So I feel here, he's not giving you the truth. He's not showing you what he feels. So you just kind of have to do a hands-off approach. You guys have the Four of Wands. It's going to get better, right? So yeah, just wait for him to communicate. And don't worry about how long that takes. It'll take a while maybe. That's okay. And if you happen to move into something better along the way, good for you. I'm not saying that there's someone better than your Taurus, and he may think, oh, she deserves better than me. No, Taurus, she doesn't deserve better than you, but she does deserve the best of you. Okay, so give her your best. Anyway, I think it's just a matter of this person maybe recognizing that I think he's probably kind of just realizing he's not behaving in the most mature way, and so he's either trying to bring you into that or find ways to make it like you're the one that's at fault. Just be patient. You guys are almost through whatever this little weird cycle is. Yep, see? Divine timing is at work in your love life. Worth waiting for. Worth waiting for. You just intimated shooting me while shuffling tarot cards, and he's telling me it's going to get better. You just intimated shooting me while... Oh my gosh. It's worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. That's what it is, okay? Trust in divine timing, Delilah. I know we all get tired of the divine timing answer, but it's true. And it really is a good thing, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. Get out of the controlled fear, CK. Controlled fear is better than out of control fear, right? But you really gotta just... What if whenever we find ourselves getting into that fear mode, what if instead of feeding the fear, what if we got in the habit of recognizing, oh, I'm just feeding fear right now. I'm going to change this and go into, instead of what bad thing could happen, what if the best possible outcome? Let's just consider the best possible thing could happen instead. Just do that 1 out of every 5 times and see how much your life changes for the better. You know, 1 out of every 5 times you start writing a fear narrative, give it a surprise ending. Give it a surprise ending where it's not so bad after all. All right, Krista, you are next. Krista. Are you sure? You're welcome, Elizabeth. And you're welcome, Delilah. Krista. Oh, I got to check the list and close this thing down. Do I assist my partner in finding his own spiritual path? He has... No suicide. We don't do suicide talk. He has a lot of healing. He is approaching it mind, body, missing the spirit aspect. Okay, let's see what's going on with him, Krista. Nope. I mean, you know, we really don't need to do that, though. You're just going to come back and do it all over again if you do that. What is Krista's purpose in this situation with this soulmate? What is going on here? Whoa. This is so funny. It's funny the way you asked the question, because it's very similar energy to what we were just talking about with Elizabeth. Look, he's got the King of Swords, and you're coming out with the 9 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. I love that song, Maria. And then we've got the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The number 5 is all about change, guys. 5 is change, okay? So with the number 5 here, everything's changing in this situation rapidly, Krista, right? So, yeah, I bet you did. Yeah, everything's changing so rapidly. And so although someone's in a real conflicted state and really like focused on loss and disappointment and sadness, that's about to change. And you are supposed to lead them out of that. With you, you're showing as the 9 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles is the guidance here. So with the 6 of Pentacles, the book, it's not a book, it was an article that I read called The 6 Stages of Twin Soul Union or something like that. I'll have to post it on my Instagram. It was just talking about twin souls and all the misconceptions about twin souls. So many people think of twin souls as like a fairy tale or a love story, which it is a love story, but not in the sense that people think. It can be a romantic partner, and usually it is, but it's also can be an intense friendship. It can be so many things the way it starts out, but it's really just about your soul growth and your life purpose and the healing that you two agreed to do here this lifetime. And it's really a beautiful thing. And yeah, everything that I've been through on the journey fit in that 6 stages, including now. So yeah, it's over romanticized to the point that I remember my twin was like, wait, is this a is it only romantic partners? Is that it? Is that what it is? Like, because we were just friends, like we were best friends, but for a long time, like that was, it was like, it was just an intense friendship where, we were very bonded, always wanted to be around each other, talk to each other. But yeah, it's very funny how people twist the journey. And listen, when someone's a twin soul, it checks every box, right? It does check every box. There's a little bit of everything there, but it doesn't have to be one thing. So anyway, sorry, Krista. So you've got the King of Swords here. Again, same as the advice for, was it Elizabeth? With the King of Swords, that energy can be very logical, very up here, right? And not very open. So for you, the guidance especially is generosity and balance. Generosity and balance, generosity and balance. Because I feel like your generous spirit and being balanced are going to just sort of, those two things are going to just lead him out of that, right? It's going to lead him right out of that and into a place of more emotional safety. He needs to feel emotionally safe. And listen, this is air energy. If you have an air sign in your life of significance, a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius of significance in your life, you probably know someone who doesn't open up emotionally until they feel very safe. And they need to feel very safe to open up emotionally, right? And so it's not fair to label these air signs as people who are too, logical and in their head. Yeah, they are that way, but their hearts, it's a lot of the times because they have very big hearts, very kind hearts, right? They just can't stay in that space because they don't feel safe a lot of time, right? So that's important for people to remember. I don't like people, giving air signs a bad name. My twin is an air sign, Aaron. Biggest heart of anyone I know, biggest heart. But you're not going to see that unless you're close to them. Like, you're not going to see that. You're going to see all of this, you're going to see the mental stuff. You're going to see like up from here up with the pointed finger. So this is for you to lead him out of this though. And he's already starting to awaken before you guys are even coming back to he's starting to see signs, synchronicities. He's got some sort of awareness in his orbit that's definitely changing him. But he's not going to make a lot of progress without you. That's definitely a part of your purpose. You're going to lead him sort of, it's like the Hermit card with the lantern out. You're leading him out of the darkness right into this. It's really beautiful. I don't have a set schedule. That's one of the advantages of working for yourself that I like, is to not have to have a set schedule. But yeah, just usually early in the week, definitely on the weekends, Friday nights I'd usually do, because I am an old man. I don't go out on Friday nights very often. It just depends, really. Ooh, thank you, God. All right, Chris, let's see what the guidance is from the romance angels. Usually it's at night, though, during the week, like 9 or 10 o'clock. Don't tell me what I am and am not, Priscilla. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. I would agree with that. You know, when you're a kid, especially as a teenager, you start to get really irritated with your parents, especially when they try to be cool or act like they're someone other than your mom or dad. But as you grow older, you start to recognize the fact that even mom and dad were not put on this earth just to be your mom and dad. They're also human beings who are just as human as you and flawed and allowed to be all of the mistakes that they make and are. And it's not their fault that you're the way you are, and it's not really your fault that whatever. You just kind of have to forgive your parents. That should happen if you're a mature person. That should happen by the time you're at least in your early 20s, I hope. Right? And if it hasn't, guys, try and do it. Okay. Okay, guys. What's going on in here? What's going on in here? Oh yeah, Michael, I have a blog. I actually wrote a blog about that song, Hallelujah. That was the first blog I wrote on my site. I don't write the blog very often. I need to start writing on the blog again. Did I, Leota? Well, Leota, I am Gemini ascendant. I'm Virgo sun, but my ascendant sign is Gemini, so I understand Gemini, especially being a Gemini ascendant. But to me, your sun sign is really really important. I think mostly because most people only know their sun sign, their birth sign, and so for that reason alone, it's really important because that's what you read about the most, and that's what you understand the most about yourself. So, just for that reason alone, the list is closed list. Christina, we're closing that list out because I got to go to bed. So we've got BJ, Lindsay. Okay, Lindsay, I just got a booking for you. I think you were booking a 1 hour reading because I got 150 from you. So I've got you down for a 1 hour reading, Lindsay. Thank you for that, and I will contact you after tomorrow morning. But if you're here, Lindsay, I don't know if you're here. But BJ, Catherine, and Deanna are on for questions. So BJ, you're up. What's your question, my friend? And I'll talk to you about your 1 hour reading, Lindsay, in the morning. I'll get in touch with you. Thank you. Four of Cups is haunting me. I can't see what I'm ignoring, even after I know I'm the double of swords. Hello. Well, I'll tell you, that Knight of Swords is a trip, right? That BJ, the Knight of Swords stopped haunting me immediately yesterday morning when I had that run-in with Archangel Michael. It was really crazy intense. What was I going to say? Oh, the Four of Cups. Now, why do you feel like when you see the Four of Cups that it means you're ignoring something? When I see the Four of Cups, I feel that it could be a message to you about not only that you could be ignoring something, but it could be someone in your life ignoring something, someone ignoring a connection that's strong, or someone recognizing a connection that's strong, but not being willing to be part of it right now or to act on it. It can be a few things for me. Then again, if it is about you ignoring something, to me, if it's about you ignoring something specific, I would think it could be what are the other cups representing? Like, because there's 4 cups. There's the 3 that are in front of the person. Typically, in most traditional tarots, you've got 3 in their general vicinity. Sometimes they're spilled over. Sometimes they're just stacked across. And then there's 1 in the sky that's lit up. Yeah, the list is closed. Let me see. What was your question? So you want to know what you're ignoring. Is that your question, BJ? Quicker than a ray of light. Okay, let me see. What is BJ ignoring? What is she ignoring? This is so interesting. You've got the 9 of Pentacles, right? The 10 of Pentacles, and then the 3 of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. The most important question of all time. of all time. Do you guys like time? So I think one of the things, if this is about ignoring something, I think it might be just that you may be having trouble. There may be like there's like a piece here. To me, this is like a piece of the puzzle that's missing, right? You've got the Nine of Pentacles in your card, and then there's the 10 though. So it's like there's one thing missing to get where you want to go, and there's something you haven't discovered yet. But see that I don't see what it is either. It's something that has to do with like getting to the fulfillment, getting to completion. And it's probably not supposed to be revealed to you yet. It's more supposed to be revealed to you that it's coming, or that's the big thing that it's going to be revealed to you, because right now you've got that supportive card of of Temperance, which is like you're being supported by the universe. The angels are balancing these cups, and it's just kind of happening, right? It's just kind of happening, and you're going to get there. You're just not there yet. So it's not really, I don't think, about knowing, right? It's more about the knowing part is like just knowing you don't have that one piece yet. You're waiting for that to pop into your at your awareness, and then you'll get where you need to go. Yeah. 11-11, guys. It's 11-11. Yeah, that's what this feels like, is that everything else is completely in alignment. You're so close. You're way further along than me. I'm all different directions and everything. But yeah, it seems like everything else is really aligned for you, and you're really close to finding that last piece to get to whatever your mission is, whatever your sole purpose is. And that's when the real building starts, I feel like, right? That's when the real building starts. I have been known to be a prankster in my day. I will admit that. I will admit to that. Don't use too much hand sanitizer, BJ. Because then you have to use more lotion, and your hands will, I don't know. I would just, instead of using more lotion, use more hand sanitizer. Instead of, I don't know. Never mind. Let's see what the romance angels have to say. Amirani. What were you telling me to check, Amirani? You're welcome. True love. Soulmate and true love. Okay, so you've got soulmate and true love. Yes, this is your soulmate and true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. I can't add anyone to the list because we had to close the list because I'm sleepy. Sorry. Next time, which will be Friday night. What's tomorrow Friday? Is tomorrow Friday? I don't want to do tomorrow night. I want to do tomorrow night. All right. So next. Hey, Rebecca. Next is Catherine. Catherine. What's your question, Catherine? And then Deanna, and then good night. You're welcome, BJ. Good night. We'll be looking forward to the reading. You're welcome. So I went to that show you told me to go to. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, Katie. You know, I have to say, and I'm trying to think of the best way to say this, knowing your story without, exposing anything. Uh, People in situation, I can understand on a different level why someone in that situation would maybe behave that way. I have to tell you, because you tend to be very protective of your privacy. You know what I mean? And it's not really about you so much as it's about a hang up for that person that maybe they need to overcome, because seems to me, based on what we saw in the cards that day and where things are, they really like you and are really drawn to you, but maybe feel a little bit apprehensive about letting anyone new into their circle. You know what I mean? Letting a new person into your circle is scary when you're at a certain place or in a certain level of notoriety. You know what I'm saying? And knowing who that person is, Juno. Let's see what's going on. Let me see what I can tell you. What's going on with Katie's friend? Yeah, see, look at this. He's got this card of conflict, worry, and then, man, you've got the Eight of Cups here too. So he's walking away from it. Even though he's got a lot of feelings about this, he's just walking away. And what's sad is, look at the bottom of the deck, 2 aces. The universe is trying to offer like this whole situation here. It's like right there. It's like here. But he's got all this energy of like walking away. That sucks. I don't see this. I mean, the Magician here too at the bottom of the deck. If he could step into this divine masculine energy and accept these gifts being offered by the universe, it would be perfect. Like, this is a great opportunity. I mean, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do when somebody's in this kind of energy. The only thing you can do when somebody's like that is energetically, if you're feeling like you're still connecting to each other, send them healing, love, light, as purely and honestly as you can from your heart space. Like, you have to really feel that and send it out. You can't, if you're feeling, you've got the Page of Swords, you can't be resentful. I mean, you can, if that's what you feel, that's what you feel, but that's not going to help this. If you're feeling resentment, try to let go, feel it and let it go, say bye to it, because that's not going to help this get better. You've got to get out of that energy and really come from that place of love. I'm not saying you do, but this is here, and that's sort of a resentful energy. I think this is actually also his energy, and it's resentful with himself. But, or resentful. There may be a third person here that has caused this kind of defensiveness to be the order of the day for this person, by the way they acted, and you're paying the price for it. That's probably what it is. But all you can really do in a situation like this, because you can't change somebody's free will, and this person is not budging energetically. They're like, I've been burned by this kind of a situation. So, and I don't know how that person has been burned by this, but I'm sure they probably have, So the best you can do is just try to send love, light, healing, keep yourself balanced and raise the vibration, and send out an intention to the universe for this person to clear some of that and to see the truth and to come back and maybe give you guys a second chance. So yeah, I'm sorry, Katie. Deanna, what's your question? Anything from the romance angels for Katie? You got the healing family issues card. So what's interesting is this could be really a very strong connection for the future. And so what I would do is, this is guidance for you, healing family issues. Anything you need to deal with from the past, traumas, even childhood, let them come up, deal with them, forgive the offender, and try to really get through that and do the healing there, because that might help this situation, looks like. Both Leos, should I wait or move? Thank you, Katie. Or should I move on? We are very honest with each other. Oh, wow, Deanna. Bye, Michael. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for your support and love. Good luck to you and your friend on his surgery, or her surgery. His or her surgery. I think it was a him. What's the guidance for Deanna in this situation? Yeah, this is a really strong connection, Deanna. The only problem is he's nursing a broken heart. Either him or you. One of you is nursing a broken heart, and you're coming out of this period of sadness or disappointment. I feel like it's him more than you. Somebody's got a really sad, yeah, if it's him. He's really in a disappointed place, and so because of that, look at that. He's been in this place of disappointment over some things that have happened recently or in the past, and he's not seeing the two cups that are here that represent your connection. He may see it, but he's not even paying attention to it. He may be aware of it, but it's not like where his focus is. His focus is on all the loss and sadness, and so listen, even if it's a twin soul connection, if if one of you's in a relationship and one of you's not, if you could be the single one and you could be literally falling in love, and the other person, the twin, could be falling in love with you too, but they are only feeling about half as good as you, because the other half of the time, if they're coming out of another relationship, they're also mourning something that they're sad about and it's very debilitating for their heart. So it's, that's just the luck of the draw, like who gets to deal with what. But he's coming out of some really sad stuff, so he's just not feeling the connection the way you are, right? This is the connection to you. And to him, it's kind of like this. Like, he sees it, you know what I mean? But he's still beat up. He's not feeling all this yet. So you have to kind of, that's a call. I can tell you from experience, what that's telling you, being the one that's seeing it, that's already seeing the future like this. And you're like, God, why can't you get on board with this? This is what we could do together. And he's like, yeah, I kind of see it. Let me shine that light out there. You need to use moderation and really go slow and be patient. Go slow and be patient. Let your love light the way, lead the way and light the way. Like, lead with love, lead with understanding, lead with compassion, and be patient. Build an environment of a safe place for that person, okay? It's definitely going to move forward, and that's coming to an end, because this was in reverse. I have to say, this was in reverse. I forgot to mention that. This Five of Cups was in reverse. He's coming out of that already. It's just he may be slow to come out of that. You know what I mean? And slow to get into this mode of like, yeah, let's go get our happiness. But I can say it looks really good, Deanna. This is a strong connection, and he just needs to go through a little bit more soul searching to get there. But he's on the way out of it. That cycle's coming to a hard end with the Death card there at the end of it. That's coming to a hard end, and then you've got the movement and the happiness. So it is worth waiting for. It is worth this. I would tell anybody is worth waiting for. Now, does that mean that you put up with somebody treating you like crap, or you will do anything and give away all of your light and love and just let this person not give you anything back? No, ma'am. Don't do that. Do not do that. Don't do that. But if they can show you something, if they can wake up from their stupor and show you a little something, yeah, it's worth waiting for sure. 100%. Definitely looks good. It looks good. You guys have a strong connection, that's for sure. What's the nature of angels? Yeah, past life. I asked what's the nature of the connection because I wanted to see. It's past life relationship. You have known each other before. Your souls have known each other a lot longer than your human bodies have known each other, okay? And you've got make the effort. Came out as well. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Beautiful energy, right? It's really nice. I like it. Anyway, thanks, Deanna. Thanks for being here, guys. Thank you so much, Christina Maria, for your help tonight. I really appreciate you. Hey, hi, handsome. Hey, Amruta. Thank you for being here. You guys have a great night. I will not be staying around much longer. And I love you guys. And if you booked a personal reading tonight,